Welcome back, everybody, to the Reformation of the Caste campaign with me, Dwarf Pete, where in the last episode, we spilled a lot of blood. And all to change just the simple caste system. And in doing so, we lost pretty much all of the prosperity in our land. Our land is devastated. We're going to have to work to fix that today. And eventually, we're going to read the words of the words. But first, it's that time of season again. We are voting to see what the next nations are. So, of particular note on the who's got what voting, we've got Mix, which is a Pirate Republic Knolls. That sounds super interesting. And for those of you that really want to watch me suffer, I know, I saw how many votes Hill Knolls got. I decided we are going to go with a meme pick that actually has a mission tree. And that nation's name is called Great Ording, a 2-province minor with a fairly interesting mission tree. And finally, of other note, we've got the Goblin All-Clan that is basically if you gave goblins rockets and scientists, and then some white powder of nondescript nature. And finally, we've got Elegant, who has a very unique religion that may or may not worship cats. Slightly in common with what we have with Dhenijanraj right now. And they also raise their dead. So with that all being said, we're going to go ahead and get into today's episode. And thank you for voting. And also, if you're new around here, you are able to vote as many times as you want. You can pick as many nations on that list. Higher nations will probably be included whenever the next poll after this campaign. Or I should say, the next campaign will be. So, with that being said, when we had just left off, we had finished the Blood Lotus Rebellion. And so, by doing so, we had chosen the path of emancipation. And so, a tree does not change its leaves because it wants to. It changes them so that it may survive the next season. So too do societies change. Not because they want to, but because they strive for survival. So saith Rajut the Younger. The delegations entered the palace together in a symbolic manner. By walking parallel, they entered as co-equals who both wanted to end the conflict that tore the nation apart. The descendants of Harimari and the humans sat down to discuss the reformation of the caste system, and through that, the nation as a whole. The air could be described as tense, yet relieved. The delegation started after the exchange of pleasantries and drinks, where years prior it was swords and spears. The whole negotiation would be split in 3 rounds, with dozens of smaller topics, deals, and negotiations. The first topic was the annulment of all debts and demands for reparations. It was a contentious topic, no doubt, money always is, especially when it involves one whose name is Dwarf Pete, but one whose necessity was well understood. To prevent any lingering bad blood, all debts would be wiped clean. Wow. The second topic was the codification of equality in the military. The army would now operate on the basis of merit, not caste. And humans and low caste people could rise to become a general, and Harimari upper caste would no longer be restricted to office corps duties. The third topic was that of economic freedom in the agricultural sector. If they chose, any Harimari could now become a farmer and spend their lives in peace in the fields, chasing after rats as they may. After some more topics and points of discussion did they come to the finalizing of it all. Both human and Harimari were co-equals in the lower castes, and no distinctions would be made between them ever again. The final draft of the deal was made, and both delegations left for their quarters to rest and prepare for the next round of negotiations. And so, we either have the choice of keeping the status quo, making humans essentially as they were, giving us 10% production efficiency, or, and this is why I went for emancipation, I see development cost. my favorite modifier. And so the lower castes will be open for all, not just human or Harimari. Oh boy. And to be a craftsman is not a matter of talent but of skill, which can be trained, perfected, and shared. No matter their heritage or race, with practice anyone could become a skilled craftsman. Roja of Seer. The Harimari and human delegations were well rested and fed before entering the Grand Hall again for the next round of negotiations. This round dealt with the fate of the middle castes. The delegations slowly became accustomed to each other and chose to show unity by dining together instead of separately. The multiple topics were laid before them and were mostly concerned about trade rights, monopolies, that's a contentious topic, production standards, and in the end, the makeup of the middle castes. The first topic of the second round was focused on the rights of the merchants and who could be a merchant. It was decided that both races were allowed to become merchants if they wished, and that they could both trade whatever they wished as long as they had the right permits and contracts. The second topic was that of tradesfolk. In older times, restrictions were sometimes placed on who could buy jewelry, certain clothing items, and art. These restrictions and any future restrictions are now illegal. The third topic was focused on standards. Both human and Harimari desired the best quality for the best price. A system of standardized quality tests was implemented to ensure the happiness of all. A fourth topic was that of the Navy. Yes, we totally have a Navy. Whose common sailors had always been mostly human, but who could never before lead. It was now also decided that humans would now be eligible for officer positions, and even the Admiralty itself. Oh wow. The makeup of the middle castes would now also be decided. Whether it is true or not, many humans in Harimari saw artisanry and mercantile matters as a human affair, and would prefer a human middle caste. Yet some argued that while they did also believe humans were the best merchants or artisans, this new nation should open the middle castes up to both races. After some discussion and poetic debate, it was decided we either get 10% global trade, or, and because I went the emancipated route, I get 5% trade efficiency. I like that. And oh my goodness, you know it's Anbennar when the when the text dump is literally too big to fit on the screen. Here we go again. One may achieve a lot in their lives, and may seem unnatural in what they accomplish. A society... oh man, that sounds like something Relgak would say. A society that is in both balance and harmony with itself may become supernatural. That's definitely Relgak. In its achievements. When the delegations entered the Great Hall, they did not enter as opposing sides any longer. Instead of enemies, they greeted each other as friends, exchanging pleasantries and laughing a bit before settling into seriousness for the final negotiations. The trickiness of these negotiations were in the fact that if both races were to live side by side in the upper castes, that it was necessary to change the power structure in the nation. The negotiations were again split into a few topics again for ease. Luckily for the delegation, a few proposals already existed in the form of writings by the pro-emancipatory Harimari philosopher Rajut the Younger, cousin of the more conservative Rajut the Elder. Many of Rajut the Younger's teachings and philosophical proposals were brought to the Great Hall for the delegations to study and gain inspiration from. Now they may reform the nation for the better. Wait, you're telling me they came to the table without any, actual proposal, and they just winged it? Oh, that's totally the upper castes. First of all were the courts. While they were normally run by Harimari, new judges would be appointed from both races. It was decided that in cases that were applicable to both humans and Harimari, the judgments would be by both a human and a Harimari, who would together decide a verdict. In cases specific to either humans or Harimari, take for example tail shaving. Oh god. Yes, that is a uniquely Harimari offense. Or insult by one Harimari on another in revenge of supposed wrongdoing. The case would be judged by one race only. Secondly was the questions of administrators and magistrates. It was decided there would be no race requirement for any administrative or government position, and both humans and Harimari could climb the political ladder on their merits. The only limitations would be based upon a person's caste. Thirdly were the military positions. It was decided that the upper castes could retain the right of generalship. that the army would also function in a more meritocratic fashion, in which exceptional soldiers could also rise to the highest ranks of the army and the navy. In the end, when these decisions were made law, it was further decided to elevate the most prestigious and important humans in the realm to the upper castes, where they would exist co-equally with the Harimari. Now that the negotiations were finalized and the new accord was signed, was it time to celebrate? A grand party was hosted for both human and Harimari to celebrate the societal union between the races and the start of a new era. An era of racial equality. Many new friendships were made at the party. Many new deals were signed between human and Harimari merchants, and many exchanged great stories with each other. This future may be new and uncertain, but it would not be faced alone. And oh boy, so both humans and Harimari can be present in the upper caste, giving us some tech cost in exchange for some monthly autonomy change. Plus we get a really good modifier for 50 years. Yearly absolutism is amazing. Or we can do something a bit spicy. We can pass the mantle of leadership onto the humans, giving us a 556 ruler and a human military and administration. Ooh, that's tempting, isn't it now? I like the human administration because it gives all power costs. That being said, we would have to give up administration efficiency and our military, which I actually like our military, although if I did have one complaint, it would be that the national supply limit modifier penalty sucks. It makes it so you take attrition on dang near everything. And so I'm tempted to go with the human military for that reason. I know I can solve this question. Do our pips get any better? Not particularly.
So we tell them.
We are tigers.
We are tigers.
Mighty, mighty
Tigers.
Mighty, mighty tigers.
Have you got what it takes to be a tiger?
I think we stay as the Harimari, because I think 5% admin efficiency is way better than... I believe it's 2.5% all power costs from humans. It's either that or 5%. And so, glory to human and Harimari. Glory to unity and harmony. And officially the Blood Lotus Rebellion is over, thank goodness. Now comes the part where we have to reorganize our armies, yada yada yada. I think, it's 29. Okay. Let's get all these boys ready, fixed up again. Man, we took out a lot of mercs. That's going to need to be fixed. I think we'll just solve this problem by putting everybody where they aren't going to take attrition. Secondly, we have got to start expanding again, and so I'm going to spend, or I should say send, all of my mercs to the border with Jidari, and I haven't decided if we are going to go to war with them yet. Okay, and finally, we're going to want some more claims on, I think, Penghoi. We can actually straight up expand the Raj into him, which I don't know if we could actually vassalize him. I'm tempted to do it, because we don't need to expand down here any further. Although I'd never be able to make him happy. I could release vassals in him, though. There's a thought. I think that's a decision to make when we have a little bit more manpower. And as soon as these guys get happy, then I can seize some more land, and actually I think we're already at the cap. I was going to start revoking a bunch of things. And so, the question is, do we immediately get into the war with Jidari? His army doesn't look that strong. Oh, straight up, not again. Oh man, ugh. Our Raja, Akaya I, has in his desperation for a new consort, married a tiger. Not a fellow Harimari, but a full-ass animal tiger. Well, I mean, they are accepted. There are allegings that such pairings may produce children, but their truthfulness is dubious, and this will surely be a scandal. Ah, he's infertile. Let's see what happens. Yeah, screw it. What I got? We emancipated, right? We gotta roleplay this fully. Okay, and one thing I've also got to do is make sure these vassals are slightly cooperative. Okay, and it's my hope that we can finish this Let's Play up in 10 episodes. I'm not sure if that we'll see if the oh what? I took 25 legitimacy hit for that just so the tiger could die? Really? Okay, game. Whatever. Yeah. That kind of sucks. Okay, so is this a level 4 fort? No, it's not. That one definitely should be. And that as well. Okay, and the reason we're going into Jidari, although we could go after Buvari next, will be just to take our single claim. And actually, I think that's a way better decision than trying to waste a ton of manpower in Jidari land. And we get some free PowerPoints. Okay, and let's get this war started right away. I have no desire to deal with you. I just want to see you dead. And we'll send in our good boys. Make sure they've got all the siege pips they'll need. Okay, cool. Alright, and this should be a very simple war. Emphasis on should. Oh, come on, what? He got the siege already? Jeez, okay. It's gonna be like this, isn't it? We'll take his money from him. And, I forgot to promote you to a synopty, didn't I? Any chance I can call you in? You're supposed to be there. And cool. Okay, and they are sieging super fast because they have a ton of artillery, makes sense. They used to have a ton of money. We'll go for the siege ability, that's always useful. And yeah, that should be fine. There's Bim Lao. Excellent. Go for this fort next, and what is your clay? Just these 2 provinces, huh? It's pretty simple to take. So soon enough, the Golden Highway should be finished, and then after that, we'll be in for a pretty good time. Nice. Cracked another fort. We can probably, with that fort back in our hand, we can probably just piece him out soon enough. There we go. I want these two lands just to give back to my subject. A little rebate for their... Well, they didn't help me, but they should have in the Golden Rebellion. Oh, and I can give it back to Kabeti Talani. Nice! Brought him into the war. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. And that goes all back to Kabeti Talani. Good. Holy... What is he up to for... Oh my goodness, jeez! How are we at, like... What? What is going on? Jeez. He's on tech... Oh, he's on tech 16. Okay. Okay. Oh my goodness. But we did stack wipe him. Okay, that's... still not enough somehow. That's kind of crazy. Okay, make sure those boys aren't taking too much attrition. Can I get out? Nope, not yet. Actually, if I don't take money, I can. Yeah. Do I by chance want to give you... Yeah, I can give you a 4 province. Yeah. And heck, I'll even give you another... Nope, not you. You've already got it. Awesome. Okay. I can give you all that. He'll get out. Awesome. Now those borders look way better. You've still got cores in Hansai, but I'm pretty sure he has some pretty big allies, yeah. But with that, we can say we have officially ended Bavari. Suramaya, the Pearl of Rahen, is finally ours. And all of the eastern Karunayaya Delta has fallen before our conquering armies, despite the crushing defeat that we have dealt the Buvari. However, we cannot rest upon our laurels. The history of the Harimari is filled with overconfident leaders brought low by their own complacency, and we may yet be undone if we do not press the advantage. It is time to tear down the bronze dragon's flag. We must cross into Bomdan and end the last remnants of the Republic of Buvari that persists there. Oh, does this not give me claims on everything? Oh, that's not cool. Does it? No, it doesn't. Oh, man. Man. But I'm surprised we can actually do this, but the High Temples are the holiest artifacts of the High Gods. But the inexorable march of the centuries has a way of damaging even that which was wrought by divine will. Where water and wind have not worn away the stones, mortal hands have blasphemed instead, looting these holy places of their treasures or bringing the ruin of fire and war to them. Though the temples that we have stewarded over the years are of course kept in pristine condition and properly respected, many temples have come under our direct administration over the years. We must repair all of the ravages of time that have come upon the High Temples here in the south, undoing the damage that our internecine struggles have brought upon them in the years past. And that gives us I think it gives to each province that has a temple dev costs and tax. Although I could have sworn it was like the area that it's in. We'll see. Alright, that should have updated. No, okay, it's just the province. Nuts. It's not so great. I mean, that's okay. It's not amazing. Ooh, what is amazing though is that we got special mercenaries. What do these guys do? So, oh, they have morale, and they have move speed. Oh, that's actually quite nice. That's very good. Okay. Next, we could go to war with Pengoi. And Jijut will not help, and they have no troops. I think that's a no-brainer. And we'll see if there is anybody to release. Let me go do this. Okay. Everybody's all set there. We'll get the... Yep. Okay, let's get to warring. Alright, awesome. This should be a relatively simple war. Like, we can even get the next admin tech. The next one after that will be universities, which are my favorite. And actually, I know what I'm going to do. Let's upgrade all of our ships. Awesome. And we're just going to kick this guy's teeth in. While also getting the next land morale. Jeez, we got almost whopped the floor. 5.1, much better than the 3.9 we were at or something. And of course we'll get the next dip tech. You know, I just realized I screwed up. I should have, yeah, I should have gotten rid of this. Whoopsies. Whatever. And we can get rid of the monopoly on gems. Soon enough we can get rid of this. And these boys will all be happy soon enough. We can also get rid of... this. This has no use anymore. Just is national tax for a whole 3.3 construction cost. Oh boy. Okay, we'll send you after the good fort, or just his capital. And sweet. There's another fort down. Just go there. Not the spy master. Give us trade would be good. We can also bump these boys back up. Okay. Curious. You have a lot of cores, don't you now? And we'll start revoking these final few ones. I wonder why it is that the upper castes have a monopoly on livestock. I guess because they're the live landowners. That would make sense. We have core claims on all these lands. We can even take some money. I don't think money is necessary. And pretty soon he should be full court. Or full occupied. Yes, that is the word. Nice. Okay, and is it worth it just to take all the way down the coast? Or is there something we could release in you? Yes. Hebetari. Hebetari. How big's the coalition gonna be? Yeah, that's a bit significant. Okay, how about we ixnay that? This makes it so... what's his face never joins. We can also transfer trade. Actually, do we want to transfer trade or steer trade? Transfer, because we already have a person in the node there. And okay, that looks good to me. We'll take a little bit of his coast, nibble nibble. And wonderful. Probably next war will be with Hansai, or... ooh, I know who it'll be with. Once you don't have any troops, why is that? I don't know. I don't care. You gotta die. Don't I have claims? I do on Sorry Sung. Okay. Once we get Sorry Sung, things will be cool. Alright, but I would say that is an excellent stopping point for today. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to vote, and I'll see you in the next Raj episode.